Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Core Kenobi here, and I'm back again for another movie review. Now, I hesitated on movie because, well, this did feel like a movie, and, wow. Now, if you read the title, you know what it is. We are reviewing the third chapter of Digimon Tri. Now, I know a lot of people pronounce it differently. It's Trey or Try, but for the purposes of this video, I will say Try, so that way, you know, there you go. That makes a lot of you guys happy. And I want to say thank you for over 600 views on my dub review of Chapter 1. That was very surprising. So hopefully if this one can get just as much views, that would be great. Thank you guys. So, yes. But this third chapter, the third chapter, because I'm just going to call it the third chapter, this was the best chapter of the series, I would say. And a lot of people seem to agree. A lot of people have been saying that this is the best chapter. This was nostalgic. This was Digimon. Now, I know the first two chapters have been building up to this. It's just a lot of people wish that the build-up would have been a little better in the first chapter. Again, I like the first chapter, both subbed and dubbed, better than most people did. I know that's just my opinion, okay? I'm a sucker for the first chapter. And the second chapter I thought was very good. It finally got some stuff going. But this chapter, oh my god. This chapter might as well just be called Digimon Tri Chapter 3 Tear Your Heart Out, because that's exactly what it did. I don't know if you can tell, but I was crying when I watched all 5 episodes. By the second episode, I started crying. I kept crying. My heartstrings were being pulled and tugged at. And by the end of the 4th episode, my heart just came out. I was emotional. Like, it's crazy. I never thought I could see Digimon being this well written and this thought-provoking. This chapter is nothing short of a masterpiece, guys. It's an emotional masterpiece. So, I am going to have a little bit of spoilers, so if you have not seen this chapter, I highly suggest you go online, you watch all 5 episodes, come back here, and we'll discuss it together. Okay? Okay. So, yes, there will be spoilers, but if you don't care about the spoilers, then let me take you down on memory lane. Now, this chapter picks up right where the last one left off, and I saw the first 10 minutes of it. Me and 50 other people, we saw the first 10 minutes, so pretty much, again, the Digimon, well, of course, Mimakomon, and sorry if I'm pronouncing that differently, Mimakomon is, of course, taking, well, now we find out he's the reason why the Digimon are infected. And slowly but surely, the world is going to hell. Like, not hell, but, you know, technological hell, if you get what I mean. And we see that the Digidestin and Miiko, they're trying to come up with a way to stop this. But then we find out that the Digidestin's Digimon, they could become infected. And the first one to become infected is Palomon, and as soon as this happens, like, we see TK, he comes in, and then all of a sudden Palomon jumps out, and then all of a sudden he's infected. His eyes are plain white, and you see purple emulating off of him. And then all of a sudden he bites. He bites TK in the arm. And there's blood. This is literally, he doesn't gruesomely bite him like, you know, he tears the flesh off. No, he bites him. And, you know, the look and expression on TK's face, and TK doesn't tell anyone that Palomon is infected, and you can kind of tell that he's hiding it, but he's trying to hide it well. And then all of a sudden, we see that Izzy is trying to figure out a way to find a cure and find a way to stop the Digimon from being infected. So you really see Izzy, you know, taken to the limit here. Like, you can tell how frustrated he is, that, and he even, you know, breaks down at one point saying he's incompetent. And then after that, we actually see something I never thought we would see. We see the Digimon talk. now, of course, we know they can talk, but I'm talking about they have a real human board, meeting talk. They don't talk about business or anything, but they're talking, like, they're concerned because, they pretty much are concerned, like, what's going to happen if we're infected? And Paramon tells them he is infected, and he doesn't want anyone else to know. And, of course, then after that, pretty much we see that Cory has been inhabited by the spirit who inhabits her body to tell the Digimon a warning. And, of course, guess who follows them? Not the Digidestined, you know who. Yeah, she follows them. And basically, we see that the only way for the Digimon to stop the infected world, because if this continues, if Mimakomon comes back, he will cause the end of the world. Like, the Digi world will cease to exist, and the world, the human world, our world, will be destroyed because of, it won't be destroyed, like, on an apocalyptic level. Like, the whole world won't blow up, but it will fail because of the less reliance on human technology. Like, basically, without the digital world, and without that technology, modern day technology, like phones, tablets, and stuff, our world will be destroyed. And, of course, the spirit who possesses Cory tells them there is a way to stop all this from happening. A reboot. And, of course, we find out, Gatomon figures out what a reboot is. Well, the other Digimon, they don't know what it is. And we basically find out that a reboot it's what it sounds like. It's like a computer reboot, where everything will reboot, and the world will be fine, and the inhabitants of the world, our world, will be fine. But the Digimon, the main Digimon, they will reboot back to the way they were, and they will lose their memories up until that point. So that means they won't remember the Digidestined, and this is hard news to deal with. Like, this is just very hard. And, of course, the spirit leaves Cory's body, and she's fine, don't worry. So, yes, and we get this touching moment where we actually see all of the Digimon spend time with the Digidestined. Like, it's like their last day. Like, literally, they're spending time with them, knowing this could be their last day. And we see, one by one, all of them, going to spend time with them, ask them questions, or just try and enjoy themselves. Like, this could be the last time they spend with them, and it's really touching and emotional. But one of the moments that really hit me in the heart is when Patamon and TK are talking, and Patamon knows he's infected, and he tells TK to finish him off if he gets infected and he loses all control. And just hearing that, like, the music for this scene and for this chapter, the sad piano music, it's wonderful. It perfectly adds to the drama, the dilemma. This music and the way that the voice actors, because again, the Japanese voice actors, they perform their heart out. Like, the acting here, the voice acting here is amazing. Like, literally, when the emotional scenes hit, they don't just hit a nerve. They hit you in the heart. They get you teary-eyed. I cried 7 times in each episode, and my eyes are a little dry. So yes, this struck a nerve. It struck a chord with me, and the scene was just amazing. Very well paced, very well written, and the music just wow. And of course, also too, the inevitable battle with the Digimon trying to push Mimakomon back into the infected world. But Izzy comes up with an idea. Like, he creates a saved backup file that will protect some of them, but he doesn't know how well it will. So we get this awesome moment where we see all of the Digimon. They're transformed. They're just fighting their hearts out. And, of course, they all become infected. And this final battle scene is just amazing. Like, literally, like, I was on the edge of my seat, and I was just so excited. And, of course, once all of the Digimon are infected, it's now up to Hercules, Carbalteromon, like, you get this emotional moment where he's the only one, because at this point it was just Greymon who was just pushing back. Like, every other Digimon was becoming infected but him, but unfortunately he does become infected. And of course we get this countdown meter that says, it's counting down to the reboot, and then it's all up to Hercules Carbuteramon to try and stop it. So he actually pulls them all out. And this emotional scene, because he has a chance to get into the backup data, but he says no. He tells Izzy, and we get this nice little flashback of him telling Izzy, it was a joy watching you grow up and learn new things. And, of course, he brings them all out, because they all gang up on him like crazy. So he brings them all out, and then we get this emotional moment where he tells them, open your eyes. And then all of a sudden, the Digimon are not infected. And they all gather around, hug each other, and push Mimikomon back. And then the reboot happens. And that's it. Like, there's no dialogue, there's no scene. Like, you could just feel the emotional chord with this. Like, this was the best. Like, I can't describe it. It was so raw and emotional. You really just... This is your childhood, and literally, I never thought that this is how this would come to an end. And this isn't even the 6th chapter, because we have 3 more chapters, but yet this chapter could have been the final end. But it's not. It really isn't. And of course, we see that the Digidestined are sad, because literally, you feel sad with them, because you don't just see just the characters feel sad. You feel sad with them, because you grew up with these characters. And to see them sacrifice themselves, it's just incredible. It is just so heartbreaking and emotional. And then after that, in the 5th and final episode, we see they're recovering, and Izzy is trying to find a way how they can get them back. And he's told by all of them, so say if we find them, they won't remember us. And of course, they all have this talk. And then they all decide, you know what? Why wait to become an adult? Like, why should we become adults? They decide they're going to go back into the digital world for the first time and find their Digimon. And guys, this was incredible. Like, we actually see all of them go back. Now, they do go back by this thing called D3, where they have to use their crest to open a portal into the digital world, and it's amazing. This is like Power Rangers. This is like that scene in the 1995 Power Rangers movie where the Rangers have to use their new powers to bring back Zordon. It's kind of like that, but except imagine that, but except it's Digimon, and except they're opening a portal. Like, it's amazing. And then we see them back in the digital world, and Joe actually says how nostalgic. That's the first thing that comes into your head. They are back in the digital world for the first time. They haven't been back there since... They never went back there, because even Joe says, we did this when we were in elementary, which they were at summer camp, so yeah, technically I guess that would make them elementary kids at that point. So yes, and of course we see that this new Digimon, Jessamon, is fighting Alphamon, but here's the strange thing about that. Why are they in their Mega Evolution forms? Shouldn't they be in... They're not even Digi-Eggs. So, yes. And, of course, we see this mysterious figure following them, but we all know who this figure is, but I won't spoil it. And then, of course, we see they find their Digimon, but here's how they find them. They hear a whistle, and, of course, if you know what that is, what that's leading to, they follow the whistle, and then they find all of them. They're not eggs. They are back in their baby forms. And this is nostalgic to me. And they don't remember them. So, of course, the Digidestined are trying to get them to remember, but they're also trying to get them to teach them about their world, because Izzy figures out he wants them to teach him and his friends about their world. Because, again, they already know about the world, but, again, they're trying to reconnect. So, yes, and that's where it ends. Now, guys, oh my god, what can I say that I haven't already said? You know, like, it is amazing how far we have come. And again, this was the third chapter. This is my personal favorite chapter of Digimon Tri, or, yeah, Tri. And this was very well written. This was very well acted. The music, everything. This, I guarantee you, if this is released in theaters and dubbed, I swear you will cry. You will cry. You will just feel your heart being tugged at. Like, this gets you. I never would have thought I would see this level of detail in Digimon. Like, writing and emotional-wise. Like, it's just crazy. And I am so excited to pretty much see Digimon come back. Again, even if it's for 6 films, but guys, this is a treat. I'm really loving this. Just shout out to everyone who in Toei Animation who did this, and I can't wait to hear the other films dubbed. And I guarantee you, when this is dubbed, I'm gonna cry even more because this is the dubbed version. Just imagine hearing this in dubbed, and it'll pull at your heartstrings and make you very emotional. So, yes, guys, overall, this was very good. I would definitely, without hesitation, without no question, give this chapter a 5 out of 5 Koras, and of course, my own 4 seal of approval. I would highly recommend you watch this. Like, again, even if you're a hardcore Digimon, Digimon. If you're a hardcore Digimon fan like I am, then please watch this. Just watch this and tell me. I dare you to not cry. I literally dare you to not cry. It's impossible. If you are a person who has feelings, and if you have been, like, if you're very nostalgic and you have nostalgic feelings towards this, trust me, guys, you will cry. This chapter will make you feel emotional and cry, and it'll do it in the best way. Like, literally, I'm glad we're finally moving on, and I hope the other 3 chapters can live up to this, because this chapter was amazing, and it will probably be the best fan recommended. So, yes, guys, overall, if you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me down below, what did you think of this chapter? If you have seen it, tell me. Just tell me, did you cry? Did you not cry? Or did you just literally feel the emotions? And sorry if I am like this. Again, I cried so much. My heart is just taking time to readjust to this. I literally feel like I just got back from an emotional roller coaster. That's what this chapter did. It was nothing more than an emotional, nostalgic, heart-straining roller coaster. Trust me. So, yes. And until then, this is Richard Core Kenobi saying, may the Force be with you. Thank you, my Digidestined fans, and may the Force be with you. Always. それもきっと飛べるさ